And now, it gives me the greatest pleasure and the greatest honor to introduce to you, I'm going to read this because there's a lot to read here, Reverend Dr. Raymont L. Anderson, D.D., MSc, PhD. Now, you could have left some letters left for the rest of us, but he decided, you know what, in this case, I'm going to take it all. He is a founding member of the Center for Spiritually Integrated Arts. He's a published author. He's a YouTube and social network presence. And he will speak on Shuhari, I hope I'm saying that right, making science of mind and spirit a way of life. Let's hear it.
Thanks so very much. So, CSL Princeton, how are you today?
Great.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, come on now. I'm not convinced. Because, look, listen. What did we just say?
Everything is holy.
So if you bring that into how are you today? How are you feeling? How are you knowing yourself to be?
We're holy now!
Now, the idea, shuhare or shuhari, depending on tomato. The concept is, anybody speak Japanese? Anybody know Japanese? Anybody familiar with Japanese? A little bit, okay. Konnichiwa. So, the concept is shuhare. 3 separate syllables. Shu, learn the rules. Ha, I've learned the rules well enough that I can sort of bend the rules. Re, I can go beyond the rules. How many people in here dance or do some form of art, music, writing, something? Okay. We all know. Well, fill out some of it. What are they? Dancing, like, what is it?
Writing.
Playwriting, acting.
Excellent. Okay. So let's start with dance. Ballet. Everyone has to start here. Doesn't matter. Music. You always start with generally what? Some form of, you learn your chords, you learn your basic instrument stuff, you learn how to tune, you learn all the basics first. In writing, you don't just jump in and start writing, you have to learn the alphabet first. And then you learn how to put the letters together to create words, to create sentences, to create, and then you learn, oh, I can do all kinds of things with these words now. Oh, wait a minute, I can do all kinds of things with this body now that I know how to. Wait a minute. Now that I have full access to the pantry, anybody ever watch Chopped?
Yes.
Explain to me how somebody gives you a box, a wicker basket, and they got marshmallows in there, a bubblegum lollipop, some celery, and who knows whatever, I don't even know what that is. It looks like it came out the ocean. And they want you to make, because they have mastered the craft of the kitchen. Because they have mastered the art of culinary creativity, they are able to say, okay, so the base elements of this, and I have full access to the pantry, okay, they learned the rules, they bent the rules, now they get to be infinitely creative with. And I know right now you are asking, what does that have to do with science of mind and spirit? Anybody in here familiar with Ernest Holmes' Sermon by the Sea? Okay, for those who are not, just come along with me. Let us follow the yellow brick road. So, one of the things Dr. Holmes says in Sermon by the Sea is, show me, and he gives this number, show me 1,000 people. Now, whether that's literal or not, I don't know, because I'm thinking 1,000 by now, we should have been there, but we'll just say, show me 1,000 people who know what science of mind and spirit is, who know what religious science is, who know. Show me those who practice it. What's the third? Live it as a way of life. Now, clearly that means these 3 things in some way, shape, or form are not the same. But what's the difference? See, often, did anybody in here cook? Okay, if I say 1 cup of sugar, 4 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of cinnamon, a dash of vanilla. Now, you may be starting to, in your mind, formulate, okay, so I know that's not, steak or so. Okay, it's a cake, it's a cookie, it's a something. And your mind starts to put together, and you might start to salivate because it sounds like it tastes good, but no matter how I describe it, your taste buds never get it. Reading a recipe is not the same as eating a meal. And even eating the meal is not the end result. We eat, yes, for the pleasure of eating, but we eat to nourish the body so that we can do this thing called life. Knowing what religious science is, science of mind and spirit, is not the same as living it. Another thing that Dr. Holmes said is, one of the problems with this, and this is a Reverend Ray remix, so don't quote me. One of the problems with this new order of thought is that we engage in far too much theory and not nearly enough practice. Not nearly enough practice. Then what does it mean to practice this thing called science of mind and spirit? Therein lies the thing. How do we turn this into a way of life so that it is not simply we gather here on Sunday for the sake of being able to gather together on Sunday, to gather together on Sunday, because Sunday is when we gather together. Wait, what? Why? Right? So, if we were to play a game, no, and I were to say, within CSL, within religious science, what do we believe? What do we believe? How confident? Now, I know there's some new folks here, and no, I'm not going to single you out. I'm not sure who you are, and I'm not going to call you out. But how confident are we that we would be able to express who we are, what we do, what we believe, without addressing who we are not or what we don't do or believe? For example, oftentimes what I find that people do is, within this thing called religious science or CSL, what do you like? Who are you? What are you? And oftentimes what I hear people say is, well, we're sort of like this, but not quite that. Okay, have you ever gone to a restaurant and you said, what's the special today? And the whoever server says, well, it's not chicken gumbo, and it's not chicken pot pie, and it's not beef stroganoff, and it's not. At what point do you say, I didn't ask you what it's not, I asked you what is it? Can you get to what it is? So what is this thing that we do called science of mind and spirit? And not even that, but for example, we have at the beginning of the Science of Mind magazine, the We Believe statements, the Declaration of Principles. So let's start with number 4. We believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. Cool. But what does that look like? What does it look like to live that? What does it look like if I say, I believe that heaven is within, and that I experience it to the degree that I am conscious of it? When it snows and there is ice on the ground, how many of us just run out of the house like, wee? We don't. Because if we go, wee, and we just run out, we're going to know, wee! So we don't want that to happen. So we are very conscious of where we step. We are mindfully aware. When they put the little orange cones out at the supermarket, they're like, caution, wet surface. We're like, oh, let me be mindfully aware. Are we mindfully aware that heaven is within? Pause. In your mind's eye right now, envision a box. And it's a box with a lid of some sort that you can close and open. And if I were to ask you what's in that box, or what separates the in the box in your mind's eye from the out of the box in your mind's eye, they're the same thing. Within your mind, the in the box, the out of the box itself, the thing in the box, the air around the box, is all mind. That means there is no in or out. We believe that heaven is within. Pause. Reverend Ray remix. We believe that heaven is all that there is, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it, step in it, embody it, live it, share it, breathe it. That's the difference. Are we willing to put forth the effort to actually live what we believe? Pythagoras said, know thyself, and you will also know both God and the universe. He said, what now? What did he just say? What I can't Pythagoras. I don't know his name. What did he name? What did he say? What? Wait, what? Know thyself, and you will know. Because there is no separation between what we are and what it is. There is only, how many mind? There is only one mind. And that mind is God. Source, spirit. And that mind is, fill in the blank. That mind is, give me a quality of the mind. That mind is omnipresent. That means so are we to a certain degree. That mind is, give me something else. Love. That mind is love and omnipotent. Which means so are we to a certain degree. We have to be. What I always tell people, and they're like, well, great, how is that possible now? And I say, if I have a cake, and I take one slice out of the cake, is this one slice the entirety of the cake? No. But is this one slice entirely cake? Yes. We are not the totality of God, but everything that we are is totally God. From the top of our head to the soles of our feet. Surface of our skin, bone, muscle, fibers, molecules, quantum particles, and waves. Everything that we are is one mind expressing in, through, and as us. There's only one life, and that life is Source, Spirit, the universe itself. And what it is, we must be. There is nothing other than it. That's one of the reasons why Frank Lloyd Wright, I love the story about the mountains because it popped in my... Frank Lloyd Wright said, oh, I believe in God, but I spell it nature. Which when I came in and you pointed out, it's like, of course that's the background. When we go out in the world, do we realize that that too is holy ground? Do we realize that everywhere we go is holy ground? But why? Because God must be there. And when we recognize and realize it, then are we not also invoking and evoking through conscious awareness that wherever I am, God must be? Do I recognize the infinite goodness and wellness and well-being that is present right there? Or am I too busy complaining about, I'm so clumsy, I can never map down to checkbook, and oh, I never remember your name. I know I'm not good with names, and oh, you mean this old thing? I've had this since 1918, and all the other things that we criticize and complain. You know, when I was younger, if somebody told me there's going to be a time when you get gray hair in your nose, then I would have said, oh, you're lying. You're just making it until I got here. Right? Like, all the ways that we discount and discredit how good we are, how beautiful we are, how magnificent we are, no matter what. And see, this didn't really kick in for me, you know, wah, 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 wah. Like there was a time where like, yeah, I know it, but I didn't know it until a couple of years ago. When my doctor said, your PSA levels are a little high. I need to send you to a urologist. Okay. Urologist says, PSA number is a little high. We need a biopsy. Wait, what? Wait, say what? Yeah, it's cancer. Wait, what? Then you find out. When someone tells you something, it's like, oh, pause. This is my moment. And everything else is moving in slow motion because now he's. That's where he is. Over here, I'm thinking, okay, this is a perfect opportunity. Do I believe in what I say I believe? Do I believe in what I preach? Do I believe in what I teach? Do I believe this? Because if I do, then my response when he catches up with me, then my response should be very different. What is my response? My response is, I know that that which I am is whole, perfect, and complete, regardless of what he's reading on that piece of paper. That piece of paper is indicating something going on with this body. I am not my body. I am God incarnating. My response is, okay, so what are we going to do about it? My response is, even if this is the manner in which this body is relinquished and I go through this thing called transition, then I'm going to do it damn well. Whatever it is, I am going to be the one in charge of this. Not that piece of paper, not that medical professional. I am going to choose. Now, does that mean that while surfing the whole thing that I didn't have moments of anger and resentment and all? No, we're humans. Emotions, we feel it. And when knocked off the surfboard, what do? Curse at the surfboard? Darn you! Curse at the wave? Or do we swim back out, get back on the board, wait for that next wave, and I like, yeah, this is, okay, and ride the wave. So so what I think we should, okay, so what are my options? These, okay, so based on that, this, that, and the other, okay, so, and then are you okay? I'm fine. You're not? Nope. Well, why not? Now he's worried. Like, you didn't hear me, right? Excuse me, you didn't hear me, right? Yeah, I heard you. Cancer, prostate, yeah, I got you. So, look, let me explain something to you. I am a minister within a movement called CSL, Science, Mind, Spirit, Death. And I explained to him, and he said, oh, okay, and he moved on. Our moving this into a way of life is no matter what you see on the news, how do you stand in the truth that says, if I am standing in the middle of a war zone, what is mine to do? What is mine to do? How do I show up as the embodiment of peace and well-being to such a degree that I attract those to me who need comfort and need healing and need whatever it is they need? How do I, without stepping into this and being brainwashed into thinking that is more powerful than? Because it's not. But if we relinquish our mind to experience and condition, then we're giving our power to. How many of you saw The Wizard of Oz? Not Wicked, I'm talking original Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland. Okay. Remember when the Wicked Witch shows up? In the house and the curled toes and all stuff, right? Glenda says something very powerfully to the Wicked Witch right before she leaves. Anybody know what it was?
I don't remember.
It's the thing. She says, and then the Wicked Witch is like, okay, fine. And the smoke, and she's gone. Anybody remember what she said, what Glenda said?
Something like, you have no power here.
That. She said, be gone. You have no power here. And the Wicked Witch was like, you're right, girl. And she left. How often are we saying, Cancer, you have no power here? Fear, yes, you can affect the body, but you cannot affect me. Viktor Frankl said, yeah, the Nazis, yeah, I realized that they were the ones who were imprisoned. Because they can touch the body, but my body is not me. They can even kill the body, but the thing that is me, the thing that they are truly afraid of, they cannot touch. And that's when I realized that they are the ones who are suffering, and they are the ones who are the prisoners, not me. And he said when he had that realization, he knew he was going to get out of the Holocaust. He was going to get out of the concentration camp. He was going to get out of those horrendous conditions. How often do we give our power to? I'm sorry, I don't know if this is in tune. I'm getting older, getting slower, getting gray hair in places I don't want it. I'm lonely, don't nobody like me. Or one of the places when I was a child, and I often remind people, I don't know why I remember this from growing up, doom, despair, and agony on me. You know what that's from? Nobody? A television show called Hee Haw. Right? I'm 50. Why do I remember that song? I remember Miss Minnie Pearl and a little price tag hanging off of her hat. And doom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. doom, despair, and agony on me. I remember that because for so many years that was my actual mantra. I believed that. I relinquished my power and believed that. And so, by the power of mind and the law of mind in action, as I believed, that's what I experienced. And as I changed my, not just mind, I do the 4 mental equivalents. As I changed my thinking, which are all my beliefs and consciousness, I changed the manner in which I communicate all of my words, whether it's spoken, signed, or text, or written, my emotions and feelings, and my actions. All 4 of those need to be in alignment. And when they are all in alignment, because the thing is, we can't be out of alignment. Because to be out of alignment means we're in alignment with what we're out of alignment with. Right? Like, think about it. We say to be in alignment with love. Someone who hates, they're not in alignment with love, they're in alignment with hate. So they are in alignment. They're just not in alignment with this. So how do I get them here? Well, first I have to understand, what are they thinking that makes them feel that? What are the words that come out of someone who feels and believes that? The same thing physicians do. Physician, you go in for your physical, and what do? They check your heart, check your breathing. Okay, just making sure. Did you just? Right, but then they tap and hit, slap all kinds of things to make sure everything is operating right. And if something is like, then they handle it accordingly. We don't, though. As metaphysicians, why are we doing the same thing physicians do? Because it's easy for us, as I said, Dr. Holmes said, it's theorized. It's easy to pontificate. For love, thy love and beauty and peace are all everywhere. Let's go get some bread, love. Right? Like, it's easy to talk about it. But when it comes down to it, and it's, remember last week, you took the last brownie. Remember that? You knew I wanted that brownie. And you took it. And I'm mad at you now. And then we don't want, because we don't like conflict, versus saying, well, Ray, you know what, let's go, I'll buy you a new brownie. Really? And then we come together. But it's like, And so we won't go into the uncomfortable places. That's one reason why, as was said earlier, there will be time to meet with practitioners, right? One of the things I've noticed within our movement is oftentimes we don't go to practitioners unless something is going wrong. We want to change something that I don't like the way I feel today, so practitioner. I don't like the way my bank account looks, and practitioner. Versus, you know what, I feel pretty good today. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is it? I feel about a 7. Go to practitioner, make it up to an 8. I can do that. Yeah. You mean I can, when things are going good, I can be more good? Yes. Like I tell people, imagine, here's a string. Pivot point, pendulum. It swings, right? So this is 0. It swings all the way over here to a 10, all the way over here to a negative 10. Like, where are you? Like, on any given day, how do you feel? Well, you know, it swings, okay. But imagine if we move this all the way over here, so that your new 0 point is an 8, and that the worst you can feel is a 1. You're not even touching negatives anymore. The worst is now a 1, where years ago it was like, I'm praying for a 1. I don't see it anywhere in sight. Now, on my worst days, it's a 1. Can I keep moving it? Now my worst day is a 2. On my worst days, I feel good. On my best days, I feel fantabulous. But on my worst days, it's just, I feel good. How do we get there? Be honest with who you are. Know thyself. Know yourself as the fullness of the universe expressing as you. You are God in human form. Everything about you is spirit. Your thoughts are God's thoughts. Because there's not you and then God. There's only God. So your thoughts, the one mind. Your life, the one life. One and the same. So when we step into knowing who and what we are in the same way, have you ever gone to a grocery store or something and you've seen a dancer, you've seen someone move and they reach for the box of cornflakes? You're like, nobody reaches for cornflakes like that. Clearly this person must dance. And you say, excuse me, are you a dancer? Why, yes, how did you know? Because you did a plie to reach for cornflakes. Nobody does that. You're like, and you Swan Lake. When we embody it to such a degree that science of mind and spirit no longer is a textbook, it's you and you and you and all of us. That the manner in which we show up, when someone says, describe Regina to me, immediately, qualities of God. I don't even have to describe, well, she's about 8 yay high and, sort of caramel complexion. It's qualities of God. That should be for all of us. When someone says, describe yourself to me, go there. Because that's the part of you that is unchanging. This stuff leaves on trees. We go through the seasons. This stuff is going to change. That is part of this thing called life. But the deeper part, the truer part, the wholeness, perfection, and completeness of you, breathe it in. And so it is.
He needs space.
Conflicts. So if you are willing, I want you to bring to your mind's eye something that you either want to know for yourself or experience, or you know it and you just really want it to be anchored in all of your breathing, all of your doing, all of your moving. And if you're willing, speak whatever that is. If you're not, that's fine. Just think it. Once again, one mind. But if there's something like, what is it? Greater health and well-being, loving relationships, supportive family. What is the thing that you desire to experience and know to be true?
Perfect health.
Purpose in life.
Accepting my power.
Perfect health.
Loving relationship. Wholeness in my body. Wisdom. Peace.
Okay. So with that, I start at the end. Amen. Amen that I know that this beloved community and all of the energy that is here right now, and the energy online, the energy through money, the energy through tithes, the energy through volunteering, the energy through the food, be it here in person or coming through Grubhub, the energy is moving and it is demonstrating that which love is. Amen that I know that every person here is right where they're supposed to be. Amen that I know that more are finding this beloved community to such a degree that, how many chairs? Double it. How many chairs? Triple it. How many chairs? A new space. Amen that I know that the vision of this community, amen that I know the words and the feelings that have been spoken and even those that haven't been spoken are already received by the law. And the law doing what it always does, yes, receive. Yes, receive. Which means all of creation. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every cloud, every person, every typewriter, every phone, everything right now is moving, shifting, and shaping itself to be the divine expression of your amen. Amen that right here, right now, we call this moment good. We call it holy because we only speak the truth, the whole truth and only that which is true. So I speak this word knowing that through this gratitude that I feel for the invite The gratitude that I feel for being able to show up and fellowship with all of these beloved individual expressions of the divine. That gratitude, that blessing, that fortune-driven expression of the divine is the energy that I feel supporting me right now, moving through me right now, coming out of my mouth right now. And as I speak this, I know that right here and right now, there is no answered prayers waiting to happen. The right here and right now, God, the right here, right now, Spirit, the right here, right now, each and every one of us, the infinite I am expressing. And so I know I am that I am, and ever becoming more of that expression, as are we all. It's good. And so it is.